So now I'm going to show you how to manage your calendar plugin. So you see on your gigs page I have this little calendar. Nothing's been entered in it yet, but you can do that very easily. You just go to the back end of your WordPress. You see the dashboard there, and you'll find that calendar listed under your plugins. You don't need to go there to work it though, but once it's been installed and activated, then under the dashboard you have this little calendar option that pops up. I've clicked on it, and that's why you see the subcategories there. And then you can manage the calendar, manage categories, and there's also calendar options. So I'm just curious to see what the calendar options are here. Well, there's some coding that you can display events up to 7 days in the future. That actually is the function of the little sidebar. Here's my site that I use the same calendar. You can see the entries there, and when you mouse over them, it gives you a little yellow tab. And also on the side, it says upcoming performances, and it lists them. So that's what it's referring to here. Displaying upcoming events for how many days in the future. I put 7, so that's the options. But as far as the calendar, you just click on the manage the calendar. You add an event title, an event description. You select a date and the time in terms of hours and minutes, whether it's repeating regularly, and then you click on save, and then it'll show up. I'm just going to show mine here. It'll show up on the calendars like that, and it'll show up in the sidebar if you activated that. That's called a widget. I'm going to talk about that in a minute, but that's associated with this calendar plugin. You have the option of implementing a widget on the sidebar. So I've done that, but you don't necessarily have to do that. The other thing you could do is you can manage categories, because right now when you add an event, you have an option to add an event category. And right now I haven't added any categories, so there's no options there. But if you want categories, you can create a category name and give it a color, and then when you add an event to your calendar, you can choose to give it a category. So right now event categories is general because we haven't added any categories, but what that'll do is it'll show you like right now, when you go to my category, it's yellow. So if that was a different category, say house concerts or whatever, then that'll show up in a different color. So it's a pretty simple thing. It's been implemented. Just play along with it and around